Hello friends, my name is Paramjeet Singh and welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video we are going to learn how to attach a new disk to your virtual machine. So the steps that you need to follow is you need to create a virtual machine and go to the disk options in virtual machine. But before doing that, once we create the virtual machine, we will log into the virtual machine and see what all disks are showing up in the file explorer. Then we go back to the virtual machine options and we go to disk, and there we get an option to create and attach a new disk to the virtual machine. So once you create and attach a new disk, then again you log into the virtual machine and go to the server manager options. In the server manager, you will notice that you have additional hard drive which you created in the disk option, but when you go to file explorer you will not find it over there. So what you need to do is you need to create a new disk volume from server manager, and once you create a new disk volume you will be able to access that particular disk. But for example, if I create a new disk of 100 GB, it's up to me if I want to split it into two parts. Like I can make 50 GB, or I can just consume 20 GB of the hard drive and leave rest 80 GB as it is in the server manager. So it is up to me. So what we do is we can completely use the disk, or we can split it into small parts. So let's jump into the Azure portal and do this lab. Okay, now I'm on the Azure portal. I straight away go to the resource groups. I create new resource group. My resource group, I keep the location as East US. Review and create. My resource group is created. Now let's go to virtual machines. I select my resource group from drop down and I create my virtual machine with the name of my VM. I do not need any availability zone or availability set, and I select Windows Server 2012 image here. I have selected the size. Now let's create a user. Okay, now I keep the RDP port on and check mark this licensing options. Review and create, because I am not going to make any changes to rest of the tabs. Now it has passed the validation. Now create. Now let's wait for it to create the virtual machine, and once the virtual machine is created, we'll log into the virtual machine. Alright friends, so now you can see that the virtual machine has been created. So let's go to the resource and let's log into the virtual machine. Okay, now the server is logged in. Let's wait for server manager to come up. Let's go to file and storage option and then go to disks. Now you see I have only two disks over here, which one is 7 GB and the another one is 127 GB. Now I go to file explorer. I see 127 GB and 7 GB of disk. I do not see any other disk over here. And another thing, if the server manager would not show up on its own on the screen, you can go to server manager from this icon down there, or you can click on start menu and start typing server manager and it will show up on the screen. Okay, now let's go back to Azure portal. Okay, now let me show you again. I go to virtual machine, I select my virtual machine, and then I get this disks option in this settings. So I click on disks, I get this option to create and attach a new disk. So I click on it. It gives me option to create a disk and give it a name. So I name it as volume 01. I leave the storage as premium SSD. I only need 4 GB of storage, and I click on save. So you see it is creating a disk, then it's updating that on the virtual machine. So let's wait for it. Okay, now the virtual machine has been updated. Now if you are already logged into the virtual machine while you are creating and attaching a disk, in that case you might not see the disk directly in the server manager, so you can click on this refresh button and it will show up. Now let's go to file and storage and go to disk. Now you see it is showing me the third option, which is disk, 4 GB of disk. And if I go to file explorer now, I do not see any hard drive of 4 GB storage here. So what I need to do is I go to this server manager and I right click on this 4 GB disk. I create new volume, next, okay. So here I can give the size of my disk which I want to create in my file explorer. I can either create 2 hard drives of 2 GB each, or I can create complete 4 GB of hard drive. Click next. I can select the drive letters from here. Next, here it is giving me option to change the file allocation system and give a drive name. I give the drive name as drive_D. Next, and create. Close. Now go back to file explorer. Okay, now you see you have a disk which is named as drive D. Now you can go into this disk and keep your data. So this is how we create and attach a new disk to the virtual machine. If you have made it so far, please like the video, please do subscribe the channel, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.